Well, here it is. What's the date today? November 8th. It rained yesterday, so I couldn't do anything. I got all these bolts. This is the back bow here. And I got all the bolts in, tightened. And they go all the way around the back. Let's see if we can see this all the way around. All the way around. All right. Back over here into the corner here. Now, the next thing, I got the rubber strip on the back of the car. Back here. And all along here. You see a couple other problems here. I got this rust over here. What's this? I hope that's not scratches. No, it's dirt. Rust over here. I got to take this off. And I have to put the grommet in here because she's getting water in here. But we'll take care of that later. And I think I mentioned that my handle was broken here. And I got new side. Let's see if these are already back. I got new side, new panels for the inside. Not new, but from another car. Matching ones for the other side too. So let me see what the next step is. The next thing was to put on this bracket, which I put on loosely. It's just like a semicircle bracket, and I'm going to tighten it down now. So I just wanted you to see what that next move was. Alright, here it is, the 10th of November. I just put on this clip. I have to tighten it. These screws are Torx screws. I'm sorry, this one and this one are Torx screws. I highly recommend when you start this project, if you do it yourself, that you get a plastic box with little compartments in it. Make a drawing of each compartment, make a drawing of the box, number each compartment, and then when you take screws out, like there'll be screws that go into the front of this, alright, there'll be screws that go into the front of this, that you number the compartments and take those screws out and put it in that compartment and label compartment number 1, screws for the front attachment, for the front bar. Number 2, screws for the sidebars. Number 3, screws for the flaps, for the brackets that go to the side tension cables. Now I'm having a problem here. I'm afraid to pull this up too far forward. However, I have to attach this cable into this bracket, and I would have to bring this up just a little bit further. Maybe I can do it to attach it. Then I have to attach this cable into this hole right here, and I can't do that unless I get this cable with this little nipple on it into this groove right here and crimp this groove over. So I'm going to try that now. I might, in order to do this, if I can't do it that way, I might have to attach this up front first and then attach all of this. So we'll see what happens. I was able to pull the roof up a little. You can see the cable coming out of the sheath right here, and it goes into that slot. So I have to get it into that slot and crimp that little piece over to hold that cable, and I'm going to do that now, but I got to turn the camera off. Well, what's today? November 11th. I'm almost where I was yesterday, and that may sound funny, but I had to back it up. I had to detach all the bolts. You can see the bolts over there. See the bolts that hold the bow in? I don't know if you can see that. Those bolts, there's about 12 of them, I guess. They bolt this in, this bow that's under here. This bow, it's here, along here. And I had to unbolt them and take the whole bow out. And this is stapled to the bow. I had to take all the staples out and re-staple it with stainless steel staples. I didn't do that the first time. And then I put in, before I put the bow back, I put in a ribbon of caulk. And this is a rope caulk. This was about as wide as this box, and I separated a couple strands of it, like 3 strands. This is 2 strands wide. I put in 3 strands wide. This was 8 strands wide, so I put 3 and 3. It wasn't long enough to go 8 strands across, but I put 3 strands and 3 strands in up under here so that I had forgotten to put that in. How you doing? I put the caulk in. It's a ribbon of caulk, and you press it in, and it stays in place when you press it in. It's very soft putty caulk. And then I put this bow back in again, and this time I used different tape. I used painter's tape for delicate surfaces, it said. So it's coming off the way it should come off. What a nightmare it was on the last one. It took me about an hour to get that off, if not more. Okay, that made life easier. This has to be replaced. I have to contact one of the members who was going to send me the bolts. I'm just going to get a new one because it's rusting. It's probably as old as the car, and it's leaving a trail here. I'll have to clean that. I hope that cleans up, and I got to do it before it starts messing up the car. And I can't figure out, maybe one of you guys knows, I can't figure out how these cable, I put this in but it's not the right way, I have to take it out, how this cable, let's look at the other side. These cable ties, they keep the roof tight. The cable ties goes down to here. Look at that, it popped out of there. Son of a bitch. It's a bitch crimping that in with this down and that in. So apparently I didn't do it crimp it enough. But this goes in like this. And that just doesn't seem right to me unless it goes in underneath there. I don't know, I can't figure it out. Maybe it goes in like that and I have to screw it in from the other side. I don't know. I'm not doing something right here. I forgot, I should have taken a photo of it when I took it off. Alright, that's how it stands now. Then I'll put this top. It goes on this, this pulls up further, it goes on through the bottom of this. You put spray adhesive on this, then pull it over, then tie it in, and then put a frame over here and put the screws in. The frame goes, this goes first, then the frame, and then the screws go in. I'll do that tomorrow. It's getting too dark now. So that's where we stand right now. It's been one big pain in the ass, but that's it. Okay.